guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rise. We're back here at Jaguar Land Rover St. Pete, and guess what? I have something special from Chevrolet, and it's this vehicle right here. This is it. This is a 2023 70th anniversary C8 Corvette Stingray with the Z51 Performance Package. But before we get into this hard top, drop top of America's true sports car, let's talk about what's going on here. So yes, you heard correctly. You should have had your birthday hat on and gotten some cake and some candles, because the Corvette turned 70 years old in 2023. Heck, I remember when I was a senior in high school and the Corvette turned 40 years old. It's crazy to think how time has gone by so fast. And like my dad says, the older you get, the faster it goes. Well, for the Corvette, the older it has gotten, the faster it has gotten. And that's the interesting thing ever since, of course, the big move to the C8 being a mid-engine Corvette. The performance numbers are just ridiculous, no matter if you go Stingray, E-Ray, Z06, or the upcoming ZR1. Now, of course, the generations that preceded it also brought performance as well, but Zora Arkus Duntov, the true father of the Corvette, always wanted that engine in the middle. Now, a lot of people maybe don't want to go buy a brand new car. You want to try to find something pre-owned that gives you a little bit more bang for your buck, but you don't want to compromise a whole lot. If you're looking for a pre-owned Corvette, is the 70th anniversary, especially this particular one with the Z51 Performance Package and that folding hardtop convertible, is this the way to go? Let's go ahead, let's dive into ours and find out. Right off the bat, this is one of two colors offered on the 70th anniversary edition. It's carbon flash metallic, so that same color that's used for all the accents, the whole car is doused in carbon flash metallic. Look at the amount of metal flake in that paint. Absolutely glorious. Working our way down, they did such a great job with the headlight housing. Full LED lighting goes without saying. And then you're gonna have those massive, even on the Stingray, massive corner air intakes for the large heat exchangers. And like I said, every part is carbon flash metallic. Now, when you go Z51 Performance Package, yes, you get an additional 5 extra horsepower, but that's not even half of it. What you're getting is extra heavy-duty cooling. You're also getting beefier brakes and suspension. And on top of this particular one has the magnetic ride optional performance suspension. Plus, you're getting electronic limited slip diff and the GM performance exhaust, plus the 5 extra horsepower. But definitely love the sparkle coming from this 70th anniversary. This is the additional splitter that is added for the Z51 Performance Package. You get a splitter up front, and you'll see when we get to the back, a rear spoiler. Now, when we come across the front, that stealth fighter look really is apparent with the carbon flash metallic. We got our cross flags, and you'll notice specific badging. You see the 70 years, 1953, the birth of the Corvette. It first appeared in New York City at the Motorama at the Waldorf Astoria Hotel, all the way back in 1953. Man, has it come a long way. You'll see on the Stingray, of course, you're gonna get tons of functional vents. Nothing is fake at the front end of the business. And I like the way they put this cover here where you would normally have to mount a front license plate. But the great news is in sunny Florida, we don't have to do that. But definitely, if you're looking for a Stingray and you like a darker color, carbon flash metallic, it really is spectacular, especially on this 70th anniversary. Now, as we rise up, those angular lines look absolutely stupendous. And then as we come around the bend, we have some more unique touches for the birthday boy here. We have these specific wheels, nice gunmetal metallic gray, Y-spoke design with the red trim around the outer edge. You'll notice our bright red, tomato sauce, Prego red Brembo calipers with a beefier caliper, more efficient style of a brake pad, and you're also going to get beefier rotors as well, all four corners. You do get special 70th anniversary badging. I love the way it's got 53 to 2023 with the ghost cross flags there. And these wheels are forged. So forged aluminum, they're staggered. So you have 20 inches up front, 21 inches out back. And if you're wondering, well, Joe, what's the size of this tire? Up front, it's 245 on the width, 35 series sidewall. And I really like the gray with the carbon flash metallic. Like I said, there's a shade of white you can get for the 70th anniversary as well. I remember back with the 40th anniversary, they were all ruby red. Ruby red exterior, ruby red interior, because ruby is the stone that you give for a 40th anniversary. So if you've been married for 40 years, if you're lucky enough to be married for 40 years, you give something with rubies in it. That's why it was ruby colored. But definitely digging the style here. Coming down the side, you do get a little bit of extra badge, 70th anniversary with the years there with a little bit of red. Everything carbon flash metallic on the mirror caps, on our folding hardtop. Remember, C8 Corvette is the first year of a folding hardtop. Back in '93, they were all cloth. Even the way everything just blends in nicely with those large side vents to bring all the cooling, to bring the air for that 6.2 liter V8. This thing's got more metallic plate in it than your dad's bass fishing boat. Focusing on the rear, we get a little bit more rubber to meet the road. So we got a 21-inch wheel, 305 on the width, 30 series sidewall with those Brembo calipers, the Z51 badge on it. Electronic limited slip diff is going to help us get the power to the ground. And trust me, this thing gets off and zooms away very quickly. Spinning around back, I do have to zonk the rear spoiler. Now, if you fast forward to 2025, they changed the rear spoiler for the Z51 package. It looks a lot better. This was sort of like a twin basket handle. Not my favorite, but it is a functional piece. You'll also notice how on a convertible, you can't see the engine. You do have your honeycomb wire mesh finish to let that hot air out. We have our Stingray nicely blended in to that carbon flash metallic. Here's a little fun fact. If you're here in Clearwater and you're going to the beach, do the Stingray shuffle. That way you don't step on a Stingray that's in the water, that's buried under the sand, and then it stings you. It's not fun, it hurts. We have that quad tail light set up. I'm kind of over the fact that they don't have round lights anymore. Remember, C7 wasn't round either. C6 was the last year of the round taillights, and it's crazy because it went from 53 all the way to 2013 round taillights of some type. Then they switched to more of this style. You got your functional venting, all carbon flash metallic, and I love the black tips on our GM Performance exhaust. Coming to the center section here, squaring it off, even the way they did that lower diffuser, just absolutely, not only does it look sick, but it's fully functional with that honeycomb wire finish. And of course the Corvette badge across the back. But why don't we go ahead, let's see if I could fold down this convertible top and we could talk about numbers with this Stingray. All right guys, we have the hard top in the down position. Remember that hard top only weighs 70 pounds. But what are we talking about underneath all that body work? You're looking at a 6.2 liter LT2 V8, 495 horsepower, 470 pound-feet of torque. It's mated to one transmission only, an 8-speed DCT. That's a dual clutch transmission, 0 to 60 in 2.8 seconds, top speed 184 miles per hour, quarter mile 11.1 at 123 miles per hour. The vehicle weighs 3,711 pounds, MPGs 16 in the city, 24 on the highway. Now the cool thing is that if you get a new Corvette, you can option in a see-through cover, or you could go to your GM Performance parts department at your Chevy dealership and buy that see-through plexiglass cover so that you could see that V8 underneath all the bodywork. But you may not be able to see it on this one, but I guarantee you, if you have two working ears, you're gonna hear it. So let's rev this thing and see what she sounds like. All right, guys, we are in it to freaking win it in this 70th anniversary Corvette. I know you're saying to yourself, well, Joe, I've put all my kids through college. I've worked for the man for so long, 30 years at my job. I'm ready to treat myself. I deserve a Corvette. I've always wanted a Corvette. How much is this one? Well, when it was brand new back in 2023, had an MSRP of $104,000. This one, the asking price is $82,000. But let's see what you get when you go 70th anniversary to the door panels. 3LZ all day. That's the top interior trim, or I should say 3LT. You have on the anniversary editions, the Alcantara, nice black with the red contrast stitching. We got the blacked out aluminum speaker grill covers, of course the Bose sound system, real deal carbon fiber around the window switchgear, and then you'll notice the two-tone with a little bit of that creamy white. Door pocket is large enough to where you could put 4 Costco hot dogs in there. Now going from the door panel to the dash, Alcantara everywhere. The red stitching, the dark aluminum, the two-tone. Yes, you have the high bridge, but when you go 3LT, you're getting the dual climate control, heated seats, ventilated seats. We do have the performance data recorder, another nice touch. And then you have your switch gear for your Tremec 8-speed dual clutch transmission, Alcantara everywhere down the center console. I open this up, you got a USB-C, a USB-A, an aux jack, and you could put that 1/43rd scale 1978 anniversary, 25th anniversary edition in here. That little model that you had as a kid that you dreamed about owning a Corvette, you could keep that in here. Kind of cool. You dreamed about a Corvette back when the Corvette was 25 years old, and now because of your damn kids and having to put them through college, now you could get the 70th anniversary. Better late than never, as they say. You do have wireless charging right over my shoulder. You have a 70th anniversary badge, and then look at these seats. These are the GT2 seats, the stitching, the leather, the carbon fiber, the two-tone, full power assist for the passenger, full power assist for the driver, and yes, we do have our red seat belts worth an extra 5 horsepower, and I'm wrapped in this Alcantara cocoon. And when you get out, you're gonna look like a beautiful butterfly, I promise you that. But why don't you come over here to the business end? I wanna show you behind the wheel and the cross flags of this Corvette. All right, guys, business time behind the wheel. You do have this really nice, I love the dark aluminum 70th anniversary sill plate, pedal box right out of a race car, aluminum brake pedal, aluminum dead pedal, brake pedal, and throttle. I got the seat controls, easy access, baby. That's what I'm all about. I'm 6 feet tall. You got plenty of room in here, even with the hard top up. Steering wheel, Alcantara. Remember, Alcantara is not the guy that lives down the street from you. Alcantara is the company that makes this material. Flat bottom, red stitching, red leather top dead center, even the red stitching on the leather horn button. Flat black on the switchgear, metal surfboard style paddles to go up and down that 8-speed dual clutch. It is a powered tilting and telescoping wheel, and then you have that beautiful 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster. Watch when I go into Zora mode. Oh, I love it. Look at that. That tack in the center, your gear indicator, all those goodies, surrounded by carbon fiber, I should add. And you have the head-up display. Now, you do have a trunk out back. You could put a set of golf clubs back there. Who gives a damn? You have a trunk up front. You could put a couple carry-ons up there. Who gives a damn? What I care about is hauling the mail, not carrying the mail. So let's go on throttle in this Stingray. All right, guys, we're inside this 2023 C8 Stingray Z51 performance package, but like we've been talking about, this is a 70th anniversary edition. I have it in Z mode, Zora mode, and I have it in manual shift mode, so I could use those massive metal surfboard style paddles. If you're ready, I'm ready. We're gonna do launch control, real simple. Left foot on the brake, right foot on the throttle. On throttle, here we go, yeah! Love the sound, the feel, the feedback. You get that traditional push rod V8 engine, something that's been in a Corvette since 1955. Love the head-up display with the tachometer nice and large in the center. And the fact that you have that hardtop security, but if you want to let your hair blow in the breeze, you could do that as well, all by the press of a button. Used to be, back in the day, you would compromise the handling and the weight quite a bit with a convertible. Today, like I said, it's just 70 pounds and there's no chassis compromise. Second gear, you ready? On throttle, here we go! So smooth. The LT2 develops its torque nice and low in the rev range. Yeah, it only revs to 6,500 RPM. It's not like a Z06 when you could go up to 8,600 RPM, but it's a different feel. One isn't bad and one is good. They're both good in their own way. Magnetic ride suspension is worth every penny. It's measuring what the road surface is doing and the amount of grip you have every nanosecond. Speaking of grip, let's go through the twisties. On throttle! On the brakes, look at this. Yeah, baby! Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! And don't think, just because this is a mid-engine car, that it's just totally hooked up like it rides on rails. You can get the back end of this car to break free at any given moment. And that's a good thing in the right situation, especially if you're trying to square off a corner. It gives you that great line of trajectory out of the corner where you can carry some speed. But the Tremec shifts like a hot knife through butter, very fast, whether you're going up the gears, down the gears. I love the way everything is arranged on the interior. And it's not just about the exterior stuff. You're getting a lot of unique touches to the 70th anniversary edition on the inside as well. That GM Performance exhaust, when it's wide open, it sounds glorious. It's like you're a conductor of your own freaking symphony of 8 pistons firing off at will. On throttle! And if you hold down that throttle long enough, trust me, you look down the speedometer, you're like, what? That's the way that this Corvette Stingray builds speed. It's so efficient, and like I said, it's so linear. There's no dips in the torque curve whatsoever. Visibility is great out the front. Out the back on convertibles, when the hardtop is up or when it's down, there's a little bit of a bump from that cover, the Speedster tonneau cover. Just something to be aware of, but this does have the digital rearview mirror since it is a 3LZ, and we do have front axle lift. You ready? Second gear. On throttle! definitely, if you're looking for a pre-owned Stingray, I would seriously look at a 70th anniversary. I think from a styling standpoint, you're getting a lot of unique touches, and it's just, like I said, there's only gonna be 1 year that there's a 70th anniversary. But I'm hoping that this has been a good overall review of what the Stingray is bringing for 2023. We're gonna get back to where it all started and wrap this up. So I'll see you in a split second. All right, guys, any day is a damn good day when you're behind the wheel of any year Corvette. Definitely gotta thank Miro and the rest of the team at Jaguar Land Rover St. Pete, getting us access to this 70th anniversary Stingray Corvette. Now it's your turn. Let me know what you think. If you're going pre-owned, remember, first year of the C8 was 2020. Do you go all the way back to 2020? Or are you liking the special touches on the anniversary edition? There is only 1 year that will be the 70th anniversary, and that's 2023. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, but if you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raised Rides family. Gotta get up to Stephen Flood. He was down in Hawaii once, and he actually rode a Stingray for about 2 miles before the Stingray shook him off. Awesome work, Stephen. I wish you got that on film. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.